Hi, it's Josh here from CreateStudio. In our latest release, we've added a new effect which we call Wave. And this enables you to create cool smoke effects, fire effects, and you can use this on flags and different elements to create some really nice looking motion. So I'll show you some examples, as you can see here. And what I want to do is show you how you can use this in your own project. So you can see over here I've got this image of a fire. So I've got a background over here like this. And what I've done is created two flames like this and then added the wave effect to create this really nice looking motion. So if I just go ahead and remove that wave effect from both of these elements here, and I'll show you from scratch. So ordinarily also we've got a smoke effect over here, as you can see. So again, I'll just delete this so I can start from scratch. So now I've got this scene here, and to add a bit of motion to it, we can go ahead and add that wave effect. So if you go to effects over on the left panel and you just scroll down and make sure that you've updated to the latest version to see this effect in your account, and you'll be able to see we've got wave here. So you just simply drag and drop it onto your flame like this. And if I just play this through, you can see we've got this kind of effect going on here. So if I just zoom in a bit closer, I'm going to click on the wave effect over here. And first thing I'm going to do is adjust the width. So I'm going to make it not so like wavy, I guess, in a way. Just going to kind of smoothen it out, and I can just preview that like so. Okay, I've got this looking quite nice. Maybe I'll just adjust that height as well. So you just got a subtle movement like that. Maybe I'll make it 3. Okay, cool. So you can go ahead and just like play around with that. So I'm just going to again also adjust this one to bring the wave down like this. I might bring the speed slightly down on this one. Okay, it's really subtle, that one, like so. Maybe I'll just bring it up a bit. Okay, cool. So let's just preview that. So you got this really nice looking fire effect. And to create that smoke that's coming from the fire, what we can do is use a pen tool. I'm just gonna click on the pen tool and start at the beginning of the fire right here. Just go and click over like this and create kind of like a funnel type shape. So something like that. And just bring that down like that. So like a triangle. And I'll just bring this to the start. I'm gonna take off the border width. So there's no border. And for the color, I'm gonna make it a white. I'm just gonna bring up the opacity slightly, something like that. So it's kind of like a faded shadow. And I'm just gonna bring this down underneath the fire like that. And if I go to the effects, wave, and just drag and drop that on there, you'll have to see when we preview this. You've got this already looking not too bad. But if you go to the settings over here and adjust the width, so kind of smoothing it out a bit, you got this looking really good. Maybe I'd adjust the speed slightly. And if we played that all together, you can see we've got the fire going on, we've got the smoke playing. And that's how quick and easy it is to use the wave effect to create some really nice looking effects. So over here, we've got the same kind of effect going on as I just did with the smoke. So if I go into this group, you'll be able to see over here that we've just created that triangle shape, and I added the wave effect again over here. I'll show you what it looks like. So with the direction, I've changed the direction, so instead of it going like vertically, it's coming on that kind of angle. So it's playing out the back like this. And all I did with this is I created that shape, added the wave effect, and then I duplicated it and then scaled it up slightly. So this one over here. So just kind of brought that down like that, and I changed the color, and I did that again. I duplicated it again, and you guys see I've got a different color here. So this is with like a slight gradient to give that nice looking design like that. And I've also added the fire effect onto the flame over here. And with this one, I added a looping motion preset to make it go up and down like that as well, like so. So that's, yeah, a really nice effect that you can use to create some really nice style for your scenes. The same thing with this flag example. So I'll show you how to create a flag like this as well. So it's looking really good. So what I'm going to do is I'll just delete this guy. So what I did is first of all, I created a poll. And if you've got like a flag of a country, for example, you just get a JPEG or PNG image and just bring it in here, and you can add the wave effect to it. But what I did was I created a rectangle, and I made it a brown color. Then I just duplicated that and made a little kind of darker element to make it kind of look like wood, and a lighter one like that. And with this flag, what I did was I just went in here, and I'll actually go ahead and create this again actually from scratch to show you. So what you can do is, first of all, create a rectangle. So you go to shapes, rectangle, or you can use Shift R to create a rectangle. So I've got my rectangle shape. I'll just kind of make it the size that I want, so about that kind of size. And you could right click on that and rename this one flag, for example. And then what I want to do is just right click on this and group it. And the reason I want to group this one is that I want to add that effect onto the actual group, so that whatever's inside the group will also have that wave effect. So if I might just rename this one as well, I'll call this one flag again. So I've got this flag waving like so, and what I can do is now add some text. Let's say CreateStudio, and I could add some, make it white. I'll just bring up this like so and position that like that. Okay, cool. So we've got some text on the flag, and now if I go ahead and mask it, I can also around the corners like this on the group. And the last thing I want to do is go to effects, wave, and drag that effect on like that. So again, you can see it's by default kind of going up. So if we change the direction to about 270, now it's going across like that. And because I've added the effect onto the actual group, it's basically applying it to everything inside the group. So this is really cool. If you create groups, you can add like shapes or your logo, for example, inside the group, and it will create that effect on the actual flag. So I'm going to slightly change that down. I'll bump up the width quite a lot, bring this down slightly, and just preview what that looks like. So it's looking already pretty cool, and you can just go ahead and play around with the settings to get it as you like. Maybe I'll just bring it up a bit and smoothen that out a bit. Okay, cool. So that's how you can create a nice looking kind of wave effect for a flag. And same thing also with like your design. So if you're creating social media posts like this, for example, a video ad, you can create some really nice looping waves like this. And to do that, what you could do is, I'll delete this. I'm going to go ahead and create a rectangle. So Shift R to create a rectangle. And I'm going to bring this out. So full width like this. I'll place it to the bottom. I'll go to effects. Again, drag and drop the wave effect. Adjust the direction. And you can see I've got the wave going on already. And I'll bring up the height and the width like so. Just drag this down. And I've got a nice looking wave effect like that. And for this one as well, I'm going to duplicate it and select the bottom one and just kind of move it up and across using the arrows on my keyboard. And I'm just going to change that color slightly as well, make it slightly lighter. And actually I might just quickly lock this one so I can play with this one a lot better. So I've got to select that one, bring this across like that, and I'm going to adjust the effect to make this one slightly slower and also maybe slightly higher as well. Okay, so let's just preview that together. So maybe it's a little bit fast still, so just bring that down. Cool, so as you can see, you can create some really nice looking designs with this wave effect. And again, with the same with this one over here, so you can use the wave effect to create these nice looking kind of squiggly lines. And to do that, all I did was, again, I created a line. So I went to pen like this, created a straight line like this. So just straighten it out slightly, double click. Okay, something like that, looks good. And then if I go exit here, I'll bump up the width. I'm going to go to the border as well and just round the edges or the ends. And if I go to effect, wave, drag and drop that on and adjust the direction, you can see we've got this really cool effect. So something like that. And you could bump up the border. What I did was with this one, I just simply rotated it. And also I added a tile effect. So I turned the tile on like this, and this enabled me to create like a whole bunch of squiggly lines without having to create them and duplicate them. So like this. And I did this twice. So I did it once for the green one and once for the yellow one, and just kind of position them in different places like that. So yeah, I hope that gives you some ideas on how you can use the wave effect. As I said, make sure to download the latest version and to see this effect in your effects panel down at the bottom. And yeah, if you're enjoying Create Studio, would love to have a review either on TrustPilot, Capterra, or our Facebook page. And yeah, we look forward to seeing some of the videos you create with this new effect inside Create Studio in our Facebook group. And yeah, as always, have fun creating.